United Building Bridges is an interfaith, interracial group comprised of faith leaders and community leaders who use the relationships that we've built over the last 4 years to help learn about each other's faiths and races, especially to combat racism and to come together when crises arise to support each other.
The impact of Hands United so far, for the first time that I can recall living in Norfolk, there's been a sitting down together of Muslims, Christians, and Jews to discuss items and to do it consistently.
Well, this InHEIRitance project effort that we're undertaking, I think is really timely. You know, coming out of this past year when there has been such a racial reckoning in our country, it's really focused all of us on matters of racial justice and equity. And part of that is looking back to our history.
The fact that the Beneath the Surface grant from the Virginia Humanities and the Hampton Roads Community Foundation has a focus on history and the history of the region related to race and the way in which that history impacts the lived experience of people today was something that we found really compelling.
The InHEIRitance Project's devising process allows us to learn about a community throughout the making of the play. And so it's almost like going through an archaeological dig where you excavate slowly over time and things kind of reveal themselves to you and almost arise from the earth as you just keep kind of digging and talking to people and the stories that come out.
We hope by creating a series of community conversations where people tell how race and racism have affected their lives will help everybody to have a better understanding of the role that our history plays in current racial relations and issues. One of the things that we have found in our years of meeting together is that the history of racism in our community is not as well known as one would think. For example, the history of the Confederate monuments, the history of the first colonies and slavery in this community.
Remembering the history of school desegregation and the massive resistance and white flight that followed in Hampton Roads, and some of the urban renewal projects in downtown Norfolk, and how that impacted communities of color and really how that continues. Those are still issues today.
How grateful we are to the Hampton Roads community for the ways that they have already embraced us and welcomed us, and how lucky we are to have the partners on the ground that we have both at the Virginia Arts Festival and HUBB and Virginia Wesleyan, and the folks that have already made it so clear that we are welcome. And as people who are coming to the city to learn, it is an incredible feeling to see that you are a community that is open and ready for work like this. So there's just an immense gratitude as we embark on this longer process.
As people invite others into not just seeing it but being a part of it, I'm hoping that this project will allow us to develop methods of communication, networking, allow us to see how much we are alike as opposed to how much we are different from each other.